Just wanted to show how this new grader option works. This is in Dropbox. I've clicked on the lab. It's whatever assignment's in Dropbox. You click on the little grader pen. This menu will let you change if you go down between just a drawing pen, highlighter, text highlighter, and eraser. But under drawing, like when you click on drawing, the secondary menu comes up. Here's your color change. This right here needs to stay null. Over here, you want that one to be 100%. And then this is where you're going to be changing your font size. All right, so the other thing is that you can also layer a key on top of this if you have an iPad, or you can do this on a computer or anything like that. So my key, I made my key in Notability. So I could pull my Notability over and I could do it with Notability. But because I wanted to share that key with other people, and if I had done it in eLearn, I would have had to have a different, completely different browser window to make this happen. Instead, I uploaded it to Microsoft Teams. Here's where I put the lab keys, and this lab right here is modeling. So I opened it up. Now let me show you how I got this to show up on this side of the page. If you pull up on the iPad this menu and you grab the program you want, drag it on top. If you drag it to the side, that'll make it side by side, and what happens is that the part you're grading becomes too small. You don't want it like that. What you want it to be is you want to be overlaid so it just covers this portion. So I've got, and you can do this with wherever you have your key stored. You could have it in Adobe, you could have it anywhere. You'll notice that it just happens to kind of cover the window. I have this in a horizontal, a landscape format. All right, so let's get to grading. You can, if you have nothing selected, you can move with your finger. If you have something selected, it's going to be grading, and you can move on the side. So let me show you. So I'm just doing a quick check right here. Okay. So in my key, you'll notice my key is all different sizes, but the great thing is that if I have a lot of things to remember, I can just do a quick check. All right, those all look great. I'm going to tap it and say, yep, I'm happy with it. And then I can either untap it and scroll, or when I tap it and I do my check mark, I can just scroll from the side. Notice that unclicks that. So I'm gonna match these guys back up, or at least closely match them. Gonna double check that. Yep, that all looks great. Now I'm moving on. So as I get further on, this particular one I picked to grade because I wanted to show that you can also simultaneously move things, and this is very helpful. So this is really helpful in cases where you've got visual information or where you've got charts where it's almost impossible to remember information. So I've got this chart right here and I'm trying to get all of this information graded, you know, and I'll go back and forth between the two. So what's really helpful is if you have something very visual, so you can just dual scroll both sections. You can kind of compare the two all the way down. So I really think that's neat. The other thing that's neat is when I put in a grade, let's say that I put in a 95. And I might make a comment. And then when I publish, and I re-click on the lab, notice that all the marks are saved. That's all.